Talk. This is SKST Radio. Welcome to Real Talk, and you're sitting here with Cammy, Grayson, and friends. We're here with the family here, so we're making it happen. We got Aisha there in Dallas, and then we
Hey.
also have co-host Foster, Romy Foster over here, and welcome to SKST Radio. Our special guest today is Pretty Boy. Woo!
Yeah, and we also have Curtis Bowen back.
So welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming and spending your evening with us, and our afternoon, I should say, with us. And so we're excited to have these guys on board. So let me just tell you, I had the best birthday ever in November when this guy came to the office and sung happy birthday to me and brought me 2 dozen of roses. And so I am so excited to have him here. Pretty Boy, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like which one now?
Everything.
I'm a 60-year-old man trapped in a young body.
Truthfully.
Basically,
Okay.
that's what as best as I can put it.
So
When he says that, he means primarily his love for music from yesteryear. You know, a sound which was soulful, and the new age secular music has gotten away from what he grew up on and what he fell in love with musically. So if you hop in his car and he's turning on what he wants to hear, you hearing Isley Brothers, you hearing Teddy
so he like old
Pendergrass,
school.
you hearing the Rick
Back when
James,
music was real.
Prince,
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so well give me about where'd you go to school? Tell us about that.
I went to school at High School.
Okay. So are you from
I'm from Norfolk.
Norfolk? Okay.
75 City, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then you be here all your life, and then you decided.
Well,
Be honest, bro. This is the time. This is the one of them shows you can tell the truth on. So go ahead.
I mean, my mother is a singer, so
Okay.
I always grew up around that, and I used to go to church. I used to see her, in church singing. It wasn't until I started seeing things that was going on in the church that I didn't really agree with, and I told my partner, I don't want to go to church.
Okay.
But that, to answer your question, that's where it started. Seeing my mother in church singing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when did you decide to start singing? Is what she was asking.
Probably when I was like 18, when I got out of high school.
Okay. So now, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay. Good age. Still in there. Old soul. Okay.
So what was going on at 18 that made you decide to make music something important? Because I'm assuming at 18 you had a lot going on. So what was you doing?
So what? Okay, that old music.
You keep bobbing and weaving. I'm about to go in
What
there. I'm
inspired
about to go
you?
straight
Like,
forward.
He's shy, guys.
Who inspires you the most when with all this old music, this music going back? Which artist inspires you the most?
Prince.
Okay, I can see that.
Why?
Because you really couldn't put him in a box. He was
Okay.
doing crazy stuff, so you gotta respect a person like that. You don't see him every day. You don't see people like that.
Okay.
Prince was also very shy, especially in interviews and everything. But when he jumps out on stage, and I heard you explain it before, Curtis, like he explodes into this animated character.
You put a mic in his hand, he's totally different.
What do you feel when that happens? What gives you that? What do you feel? Is it the music? Is the feeling, the energy of the stage? What is it?
I can't explain it for real.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
gotta feel it.
It's magic.
It's something that's inside you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna hop on y'all side right now.
Okay,
So let me
that's
ask you
good.
this.
Come on, bring it to
At
us.
18, let's go back because you're from Norfolk, Diggs Park to be exact. What was going on at 18? What were you looking at as being your career path? Because I'm assuming music wasn't the only thing you were involved in. So what else were you doing? What was going on?
You want to be honest?
Yeah, 100%.
Into the streets.
You were what? Now say it a little louder for the folks that can't hear in the back.
I was into the streets.
You were in the streets. Okay, so when you say in the streets, what does that mean specifically? Were you around street folks? Were you doing street activities? And what type of activity? You ain't got to get specific because this is a camera. We don't want to incorporate anything, but just what was going on.
A lot of drugs.
So it's that money.
So the fast money situation.
Yeah.
Okay, and what made you decide to, in the midst of all of that, take music seriously and get away from that?
Because I felt like I wouldn't go to jail if he did. If I took that route. If I would have kept going that route, I'm trying to what I'd be right now.
At what point in your career did you meet Kurt and connect with him?
Yeah.
I met Kurt about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And
how did that change things for you?
Kurt gave me a vision. So before that, I ain't really had no vision. So Kurt came, he got a lot of common sense.
Oh, thank you. I take that.
Put things into perspective for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what type of vision did he actually give you?
Just how to be more strategic with things.
Okay.
How to structure,
And how to sell stuff.
how to sell it.
How to sell yourself.
Because music, people forget, music is emotional. The artists that we love were able to tap into our emotions. We didn't just like the fact that they had a talent, like they could dance and sing and so forth. We liked the fact that something resonated with us, made us feel something. And so that's in everything. When you get to the source of everything going on, any product that sells, there has to be a transfer of emotion. For you to decide between this shoe or that shoe, that shirt or that shirt, this restaurant or this restaurant, it's got to be an emotional connection or something in that experience taps into your emotion. And that's where that happens. And so with Pretty, truthfully, we got together, I'm not going to say haphazardly, I'll say it was divine that it was supposed to happen. But it didn't happen when it was first supposed to happen because I was in a different space and he was in a different space. So I used to run Hot 91.1 FM radio. And when I was running this radio station, I use it as a place to break artists and get artists out there, get them notoriety and take independent music and put it out amongst the masses. Well, one specific day, a guy comes in my office and it's at like 4:45 and I'm shutting down because my wife gets off at like 5:15, 5:30 where she was working at. And this guy comes in, he's like, hey man, are you Curtis? I said, yeah. He says, look, I got this record, you gotta hear it. I said, man, I'm, just leave it there on my desk. I'll listen to it when I get in here tomorrow. He said, no. I need you to listen to this record right now. It's important. This is gonna change everything. I said, man, look, bro, I'm really rushed. I'm pressed for time. I booted my computer down, and back then I didn't have a Mac. I had the PC, the one that kind of takes a long time to kick up, and it makes that. It went like that. So he's like, listen, I just need just one song, please. I promise you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna want to put it right on the airwaves. Now, against my better judgment, I decide to play this one record. So I go through the setting my computer back up, plugging everything back in, turning my lights on, and I put this disc in the disk drive right when my computer is now open and ready. And I press play, and what I heard didn't inspire me the way this young man thought it would. In fact, I was inspired in the opposite direction. So one, being late, knowing that I'm about to get my butt kicked from my wife, who's gonna be standing outside waiting for me.
The CEO.
And it's gonna get. I'm now in traffic, which I was trying to skip through the little traffic that was about to build up. And I look at this guy and I said, "Listen, man, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. Matter of fact, you tell whoever this is, whoever this belongs to, that maybe they should reconsider this as a career path and find another skill." And I literally tossed him his little CD. I was harsh. I was terrible. So, because in my mind, I'm in trouble.
Right.
Like, I ain't even trying to be me. I'm in trouble. You didn't got me in trouble. Okay.
Right.
So, sure enough, I get to my wife, and guess what? She's standing outside. Her job is shut down, and she's, you know, that whole bit, and I forgot about that whole experience. Meanwhile, that guy goes back to him and says, hey, I played him your record, and this is what he said, and it won't a good report. So this young man says, I'm gonna see him one day. When I see him, it's gonna be different. He's a street dude, right? So, mind you, fortunately, we didn't cross paths for well over another year later.
Okay.
So a year later, I have an office on Florida Avenue in Norfolk, and I'm now doing full-fledged music consulting. And my brother catches one of him on social media, and just the fact that my brother's tall and light, he's tall and light, he wants to say he looked like him so bad. My brother's like, yo, you gotta see this kid. He's amazing. He's like Prince. He sends me this video. And this is a video, Pretty got a blouse on. He got a white blouse on, okay? He got his hair pulled back like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, he's hitting Prince bar for bar, word for word. And I'm like, to the point where I'm thinking this is an old video of Prince. Okay. I don't think that this is somebody of our time right now.
Right.
And he had a filter on the video to where it kind of looked vintage. It didn't look dated. So I'm like, this is why you sending me Prince? He ain't even here no more. No. This is Pretty Boy. Who? So I go to his page, start looking around. Bro, set it up. Let's meet him. So he knows who I am. I don't know who he is.
Okay,
he takes the meeting. He comes to hang out. Next thing you know, I'm on some, look, bro, I'm going to pay for your studio time. Let's get to work. I'm going to put you this person, that person. We working. Whole time, chip on his shoulder. He ain't said nothing to me. I'm talking years go by, right? So he dragging. We're in the studio. I'm doing my ditty with him.
So now I understand what that means.
Yeah, he dragging me. So we in the studio. I got the writer, the producer, we engineer records after record. He's singing them wrong on purpose. Literally not giving it his all, just playing with it. I'm spending money. And I don't understand what the disconnect is because I know he's got it in him to do it. So it gets to the point where a year goes by and I'm just like, bro, this obviously ain't working out. But by this point, we're like family. So I said, look, man, you got my blessing to work with whatever, do whatever you want. And he does. He runs off and he signs a management agreement with somebody else. They running around doing whatever they doing. And I'm just his friend now. And I'm talking, every week, daily, we talk, we connect, we link up. My girl, his girl, best friends. So we see each other all the time. But when it came to music, we barely talk. He wouldn't talk to me about it. I wouldn't ask him too many questions. If he asked me for advice, I would give it to him. But I was no longer connected to his thing. Year goes by. That situation kind of falls out. He gets into another situation. That doesn't really work out. So now 3-4 years have gone by. Meanwhile, my life goes through that tumultuous turn. It goes all the way downhill, and it starts to come back up. And so he's around for all of that. So we get to the point where we almost can complete each other's sentences. Like, we're super close. Family for real. Like, I look at him like my brother, my son, like, he's like I tell people that's my firstborn. I manage him, but that's my firstborn because we're so connected.
Right.
So then, out of nowhere, pandemic hits. I'm working on our hero full throttle. Nobody's really doing anything. He's getting bookings here and there, and they're not really being panned out the way he wanted. So he calls me one day. He said, Kurt, can we have a meet? I said, yeah, man, what's up? He said, man, I've been thinking, I'm gonna get out of my way. I want to give you the keys to the driver's seat. I want you to run the show. I said, Pretty, you're not trying to do that, bro. You're not. He said, no, but we got to talk about it first. I said, why? He said, because I got some things I got to tell you, and I need you to listen to me. So I want to do this, but I want to talk to you. It's okay. So he pull up, and he says, Kurt, you remember this time back when you was at Hot 91, a guy came in your office with a CD? And he broke the story down. I'm sitting there like, that was you? He said, yeah. He said, so for all this time, all these years, I've held that on my shoulders.
You didn't believe in me in the beginning.
When you ain't believing me then, I wanted to make sure you believed in me. Right. So and now I know you do. So I want us to do what we should have done years ago. And I want you to manage me. And I'm sitting there like, first of all, I'm in shock because the story was like, bro, that was your man's, that was your song. Don't get me wrong, that song was terrible, but it was the delivery and how I presented it, and
the timing.
Yes, so from that point, we put all that behind us, and we've been working together since. Wow. And from there, I mean, really, I mean, he, you know, get out that street stuff. We're gonna turn this up a notch, and we did. And it got to the point where, unsigned independently, he's making real career money singing.
Wow.
Like, and I'm talking outside was closed. People didn't. We in people's houses. We doing private shows, private events in your living room, in your backyard, for your wedding, for your reception, for your kid. We pulling up singing "Happy Birthday" to you. Whatever. Listen, we had action. Every artist online was literally trying to figure it out. Chris Brown started an OnlyFans. Like,
Yeah.
every big artist was trying to figure out what to do next. We was out here touching people.
Right.
And from there, the engagement got crazy. You know, obviously we got the what do you call we were starting to be viewed by the elite in the industry. You know, everyone started reaching out. You know, shout out to Cardiac Flatline, one of the biggest producers out right now. Sent records over. Hey man, I want to work with y'all. He's got the Damage record with her, biggest song in the country and actually in the world right now. Biggest record. He produced it. He sent Teddy Riley, put his full endorsement on. Pretty. Hey man, this is BA. This is you. I'm you. You know. So everything's been, you know, working in tandem. And you know, I wanted him to dive into his street life because he keep trying to avoid that. But there was a point in his life where he was on a place called Manson Street. And Manson Street has a lot of memories for him because that's where he made the decision that, you know what, I got to do music and nothing else. So you want to dive into that now?
Manson Street?
Mm-hmm.
So Manson Street is
Got sit up.
probably one of the worst streets in Norfolk. Next to Fenner Street. It's probably Fenner Street and Manson Street. So one thing led to another. I ended up on that street selling drugs. That's all I had to do. You know, I left my mama's house. I was like 17, 18. What else can you do when you're in that environment, when you're in the projects? The only way you know how to make money is what you see other people doing to make money. That's, well, in my case, I was selling crack. So I didn't always know how to cook crack. So I just had a friend. I'd get the drugs, give it to him. He would always cook it for me. And I'm going to tell you why this makes sense later. So I get the drugs, he cook it for me. But I would always know how to, you know, put on the scale, break it down, how much was what, the quantity. I would just go out. I wouldn't leave until I had at least like $200. Make $200 in like 2 hours on Manson Street a couple of years ago because that was the pinnacle of that particular drug. Any given time, you can walk down Manson Street and you can see like 30 crackheads out and they waiting to get served. And it was like that all day. So they get their money, so they get their drugs, they're coming back 15 minutes later. Sometimes they'll bring friends because they know you get some good drugs from Manson Street. So there's one particular night, they had built me a studio in the back. It was like a shed in the back seat, not in the back seat, but in the backyard of this house. So the back door was, I feel like this was the back door. This was the shed. Inside of the shed was, they made a studio. The shed was probably from that wall, probably from here to that wall, back. So this was the shed. Okay. They built a little makeshift studio, put pad, foam in it, chairs, computer. And they just told me to stay in there and just make music. Wow. So one night, I was in there like 11 o'clock. Now I got 2 stories. I was in there at 11 o'clock. It was just me. We always had a bucket of acid by the door because police already got them acid. Okay. So I heard this loud gunshot. 2 of them. As soon as the guns went off, I heard screaming. They're screaming everywhere. So I hit the door. I'm looking out. But I can't see what's going on the street because I'm all the way back. So I see my friend Bull, he come running. Like your cousin on the street. Oh, somebody just shot him. Wow. And I just heard him say, I can't feel my leg. You know, I can't feel my leg. So, everybody get gathered around the ambulance car, take him away. a couple of days go by. He's like, cousin, he paralyzed in his leg. To this day, it's been years ago. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. He still can't walk. And that come from him constantly being on Manchester Street. I think he sold somebody some bad that came out. You never know. But the last scroll word. See my homeboy let him sleep with everywhere on that same street. That'll do something to you. With your clothes on that you gave him, you know.
Yes.
So it's like, in my mind, I'm looking at it as somebody like that could have been me.
Can be
He had the same
exactly.
shorts on that I gave him a couple of days.
Wow.
So now with all that in the past, what are you most proud of now from coming off of that street?
Yes.
What are you most proud of now?
That when I ride past it and I see certain people out, they always tell me that they're so glad I got from off of that street because they see what's going on.
And they probably can see that they can possibly do
They
the
could
same
possibly,
thing.
yep. But they don't want to.
Wow.
Most of them don't want to.
Wow.
That's all they know. All they know.
Well, we're certainly happy that you were able to get yourself together, and and I experienced that day.
She helped me get
Cameron-
off Manchester Street.
This young lady, you guys don't see this young lady over. That's his angel, and her name is Angel. So that's a beautiful thing. But I was there that day when Cammy heard you for the first time singing. That was the first time I heard you sing too. I was standing in the back. I think I answered the door, and then I walked to the back. I was like, okay, I don't care about none of this. Okay, yeah,
This ain't for me.
Pretty boy, what is this about? But then you started to sing, and I was like, whoa! It bellowed into the hall. And
We're not talking about no small hall either. This is the mall hall.
my goodness. Guys, when I tell you that this man is something to behold, just to hear his voice, it will bless you. It truly will.
Yeah.
That's the first video I shot. That went viral was in Military Circle Mall.
Wow. Awesome.
So you think we can get a little sample so people can hear this a little bit?
So you come alive here. Anything that,
you
yes.
the Lord bring in your heart.
I can't just think of nothing.
Purple Rain.
That doesn't be too hard.
No, Purple Rain ain't too hard. Purple Rain ain't challenging enough.
Yeah, that
Oh,
ain't challenging
He needs
enough.
give him some with some riffs and
range.
some range.
How about some boys from here?
All right, I got to clap. I got to give you something to go off of. No. Clap like this. Catch my feet. Now slow down.
Okay.
Although we come
Okay.
to the end of the road. Now slow down. Still I can't let go. Watch my face.
Okay.
It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Although we come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you.
I'm off beat like I don't know what.
Y'all wasn't in the background. We just at least got the woo, we got the lead going on, But that was wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you for that. Is there anything that you can give our listeners out there, our viewers, I'm still in radio, our viewers who might have been in the same type of situation that you were in? What positive message could you give them if they wanted to come off of that street and do something positive with their life?
Look, pick that bucket hat up and look straight into that camera.
The first step to it is forget about. Don't look at it. Don't look at the money as. How can I put this? Let me think about it. Just put it like this: the same thing that'll make you laugh or make you cry, or the same thing that's good for you can also be bad for you. The same thing that you live by can also kill you. That's that's really all I can say about that.
Aisha, you have any more questions?
I don't have any more questions for him. I actually had a reading for him, but it's not something I'm going to share on the live. So if you want to get with me afterwards, I do have a message for him, but it's personal.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say it on the show.
Is it something bad?
It's something that'll help you. It is something that will definitely help you going forward. It's something that will help you in your personal life, also that's going to spill over into your career life. So it's beneficial. It's beneficial for you.
Very good. Mr. Foster?
No, I'm just blessed. I'm into what just happened here. That gave me tingles, man. Good, look right there. Yeah.
Mr. Curtis?
Oh man, listen. You give me the mic. I'm gonna grab that mic. No, I'm just joking. Now,
Good.
oh wow, you mean it like that, bro? My son got jokes, man. No, but honestly, I'm thankful that y'all had us here today.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely thankful that y'all had Pretty. Excited about what you guys do. I love the fact that y'all have someone that gives a reading during these interviews. This is awesome. That's a new spin that y'all got. Y'all get a spiritual aspect of what's going on. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
I do have something to say. Pretty, your voice is anointed. So keep doing what you're doing. And I think part of what you were expressing is not looking towards the money, but actually looking towards the joy of what you do, finding joy in that. And that's going to bring you your abundance and bring you what you need and attract all the things that you want and you need in your life. So, I applaud you for stepping out and doing your thing. You have an amazing voice. Just keep using it.
Thank you.
absolutely. And Pretty just expressed that he would like to join us on a Thursday night for
Yes.
cocktails and conversations one night.
Cocktails and
Awesome.
conversations.
We're going to be happy to have him there for that. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap the show up. Pretty, how can people book you?
I Hero Kurt on Instagram.
So there you go. Our hero Kurt on Instagram. If you want to book Pretty for an engagement, he actually gets out there. I mean, I saw him do. It was a birthday party for Trophies, Miss Trophy, and it was like so good, and she just could not stop smiling. I mean, I know I kept smiling. I kept saying, "Give me all of mine. Give me all of mine." It was so much fun. He is so engaging. He might look like he's a little shy here, but when he's actually singing, he is like in a whole nother world. So you guys support Pretty. Keep them going. We're going to keep them going here at SKST Radio. Like, share, and subscribe, and keep it moving. Until next week, same time, right here at SKST Radio, Cammie Grayson and the Dream Team.
Thank you for your time.
See y'all next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Pretty.
You want?
Oh, give me some.
All right.